What a win for the Knicks. They hit the quarter mark of the season, Allen, at 11-9 with maybe their most impressive outing of the first 20 games.
This is a signature win for this team because of where they were and what the feeling was about this group coming into this game after last night and the frustration and questions about the lineups and everything else. You might have found something here because this was a game that, as we kept talking about comparing the team to last year, this felt like a last year kind of game, a gritty game, a hard-working game. You had heroes everywhere. But Tom Thibodeau's favorite statistic tonight will be that defensive field goal percentage, holding the Hawks to 35.5% shooting. And also a team that, as you heard Mike Breen say, averaging 120 a game on the 7-game winning streak. And overall, fourth in the league in scoring at 111 a game, holding them to 90 points. While Trae Young still goes off, that's a team effort. And it was fantastic to see. And the funny thing is that with all the work that you saw done here by the Knicks, Julius Randle offensively was not contributing, but he was working his butt off on the boards, defensively helping, all the other things. He doesn't have to carry the offense, we're learning, but he can still be effective.
Randle scored only 8 points, second straight game, not getting into double figures. It did not matter tonight. The 90 points for the Hawks, the fewest Allen they've scored all year. The 35.5% that they shot is the worst any Knicks opponent has shot against them all season. Last night in the postgame, we remarked on the Tom Thibodeau comment about what is needed.
Yep.
Concentration plus effort equals intensity. That's the Tom Thibodeau equation. That's the mathematical permutation. They got it tonight.
They did, and I think it's something that is contagious if you find the players that have that math, as you would. If you find those players that have that concentration, that have that effort, and you play them, and it sends that message to others, I gotta match that. I gotta play like that. And we saw that in that second quarter with that young group of 5 that Tibbs put out there, mainly because he had to. And they played so hard. And it just seemed to take the game to another level because at one point it felt like Trae Young was just going to be too much and the Knicks offense wasn't going to be able to keep up with him. But when that 5 got in the game, it flipped everything, and the Hawks realized they were in a fight tonight.
All right, here's the 5 we're talking about. Sims, Jericho Sims, who was really
fantastic.
Good. Quickly, Obi Toppin, R.J. Barrett, and Grimes was a 5 in that second quarter.
Yes, and you see this block right here. Jericho Sims really called upon the play because of injuries to the other centers, and he was terrific. Obi Toppin, you talk about an impact player. In the minutes that he played, was terrific with a couple of highlight reel dunks. And Immanuel Quickley, he didn't do a ton of scoring. We are showing some offense from him here. 7 assists, though, as he was running the offense. And, oh, by the way, he finished the game. And there's your highlight. There's the rookie Grimes to Obi Toppin with a beautiful dunk. And then Obi again with another dunk there. Obi Toppin only played 16 minutes, but he had 13 points. He struggled last night against the Suns. He did not play well for the first time in a while. What a great bounce-back game for him. Again, another guy that plays with energy. They find him. They got easy, quick baskets. And as I mentioned, that 5, all draft picks by the Knicks, and the oldest players were Toppin and Sims, who are 23 years old. So it was fun to watch them, but it was also very effective what they did in this game.
Tremendous pace. Tremendous pace from that 5.
Yes.
Overall theme for the group, great defense, and Alec Burks. Talked about him in the pregame show. He is their Swiss Army knife. Can do whatever is asked of him. Tonight he had to start at basically the point guard.
Yes.
But it was his scoring in the third quarter. 15 of his 23 points came in the third quarter.
Yes, Evan Fournier got it going in that third quarter. The Knicks was thinking, again, starting to slip a little bit. Somebody had to be a hero. Fournier came in to stop it, and then Burks closed it. We've talked about these third quarters that the Knicks have had, third quarter of doom. This was third quarter of Alec Burks as he closed the door on the game when the Hawks were trying to push back, knocking down 4 3-pointers. You're seeing him here, making Trae Young play defense as well. Beautiful kick out here from Randle, and he knocks down yet another 3-pointer. Alec Burks, one of the top 3-point shooters in the league this year. And how about this? Also, determined drive by Randle at the buzzer of the quarter to give the Knicks an 85-74 lead going into the fourth quarter. Again, Randle did not have a big offensive performance, but that was a determined drive there to make sure they got to double figures going into the fourth. And as I mentioned, we learned that Julius Randle doesn't have to carry the offense on a given night, but he can still give you the effort on other areas, including on the glass and defensively. Others can get involved. Fournier got involved. R.J. Barrett got involved. The ball didn't stick tonight. and that's a big thing that they've got to watch on film going into that game against Brooklyn.
I think also worth pointing out that Quickly ran the show here in crunch time.
Yes, he did.
And he played, as Mike Breen pointed out, phenomenal defense. Trae Young had 31 points through 3 quarters, did not score a single point in the 4th quarter, so that was big, and so too was Evan Fournier's ball game. He was very consistent tonight. Sometimes he's up and down. Tonight he was good from start to finish.
Yeah, and we mentioned it too when we hit that hit going into the 4th quarter. That game, there were pockets of this game where it started to teeter a little bit, and it was early in the 3rd where the Hawks came out, and we've seen this from Knick opponents, where they take a lead and things start to slip. They called timeout. Fournier came in, knocks down this 3, and then he has this a strong drive going into the paint, determined right here, getting 2 more. The Knicks, it just calmed the waters. It just balanced the plane. The turbulence had stopped, and the Knicks got back to being the team that they had been throughout most of this game. It just took Fournier getting the ball and getting to the basket and scoring, getting open, finding him as well. Him not getting lost in the offense as we've seen. Once again, ball didn't stick. Ball moved. Everybody felt involved. Something was discovered tonight that I hope they learned from and we now see continue into the future.
Definitely a different energy. And you wonder with all of the guys out that when everybody's healthy, what this rotation is going to look like. It's going to be very interesting to see.
Here's the big question that I would have for Tom Thibodeau, and it's not one that he can answer right now, but it's a question that I'd keep asking. When does Emmanuel Quickly graduate? When is it time for him to have his moving up ceremony into the starting lineup? It is a fair question to ask because we know those 4, they have 3 guys that can score, and Mitchell Robinson, who is your stopper and your rebounder. The point guard position has been one that has been exploited defensively several times. Quickly showed you now in consecutive games that he can lock down, that he can guard good players, scores, and he can also score and he can facilitate. When does he graduate into the starting lineup? It is a push that he is definitely making right now.
What's interesting, tonight could have been the night where the coach started Quickly and he went with Alec Burks.
It's a great point. Yeah, and they went with the vet, and Burks certainly, made it work. But like I said, Quickly is a player that is a draft pick of this team that Tibbs loved. He told you the story how he saw him even when he was, he wasn't even coaching in the NBA. That Dice, one of his assistants, saw while he was at Georgia and said, "You got to watch this guy." They've been watching him for 2 years. They know what he's about. They know what he can do. When is he ready to move into that spot? This is a big story to watch right now.
Quickly, only 2 turnovers, tied a season high with 7 assists, was definitely the man in charge with the game on the line, and his defense, as Alan and Mike Breen pointed out during the game, was spectacular when it mattered the most.